going back to this. All right, Fred Hartwell. Good afternoon, buddy.
Well, good to see you, Tom.
Good seeing
And
you.
I'm looking forward to a presentation on basically on wire selection. And, if there's one thing that we all have to do as electricians, contractors, inspectors, we have to select wires and inspectors have to inspect those wires and make sure that they meet all code requirements for both termination and the conditions of use. And I've come up with, I think, a very good way to present this. And I'm looking forward to the virtual Eastern sections session. I was sort of slated to do this in a live session. We will do it virtually instead, but I'm very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, same here. I'm excited. We have a great lineup for the Eastern section, Fred. I talked to yesterday, I think it was. I had Joe Andre, and I just talked to Paul Dabrowski this morning again about their grounding class that they're going to do, and that's going to be a great session. We've got a really good group. You know what? There's probably people out there that, because this is going to be YouTube, so anybody, anywhere, and I know there's going to be one person in Costa Rica who will be in online, and I'm sure they probably don't know who Fred Hartwell is. Why don't you give a little bit of your background, Fred, so that people know who you are and your experience in the industry and what you do.
Well, I am by training a muddy shoe electrician. Uh, I'm a licensed electrician in Massachusetts, master electrician, but I also have had as a sort of a mental point of reference, I'll put it as always earn the right to complain. And so in terms of participating in the code process, that's something I have tried to do. And I've been extremely involved with that process for decades. I'm the senior member on Code Panel 9, and I was recently granted the Committee Service Award from the NFPA Standards Council. And so I both in terms of participation in the code process, but also in participation as an author. I am the author of Practical Electrical Wiring, which is no longer in print. I'm the ongoing author of the McGraw-Hill NEC Handbook series, now completed with the 5th code cycle that I've been doing that. I'm also the ongoing author of the American Electrician's Handbook, and also Wiring Simplified is still out there, and that's goes ahead as well. So I have been very involved in this process, and I look forward to making this presentation.
Awesome. We're looking forward to it too, Fred. I know you've got a lot of good insight, and I'm excited to see your take off of. So you're going to hit ampacity or wire selection. So originally I was thinking ampacity, but to your point, there's a lot more that goes into wire selection than ampacity, right?
Yeah. I invented the concept, the teaching concept, if you will, when I was working on wiring, practical electrical wiring. And it's very simple. All wires have this characteristic. They have a middle and they have two ends. Yeah. And the requirements for a wire selection decision involve those two different parts of a wire. And the thermodynamics that go on in the middle of the wire and the thermodynamics that go on at a termination are entirely separate, are grounded in entirely separate concerns. One of the things that we will be doing in this presentation, I will ask everybody that's participating to have two pieces of paper in front of them, because we're going to work on first one side. In fact, we will start with the ends of the wire, and then the other piece of paper is going to be about the middle of the wire. Two separate pieces of paper. And it is absolutely essential that you mentally keep these two totally different parts of the puzzle, keep them mentally separate until you get down to the end and you have to make a conductor selection decision. So one of the things I was privileged to I was the correlating committee selected a committee to rewrite Article 220. And while I was participating in that process, I suggested that really the example annex of the code, it really needed an example that went to wire selection rather than load calculations. Most of what's in the examples at the end of the code book are load calculations. Example 3A is different. It starts with a load and says, okay, under these conditions, where do you end up? And it goes through everything. And I wrote example 3A, and so that's one of the things that we'll actually be focusing on those numbers as we work through this particular seminar.
That is cool. That is really cool. I really appreciate your time on that, and I know everybody else is going to really enjoy that session. So, and what's really great is that the Eastern section is going to be unique. There's going to be some really good educational people, very smart individuals and recognized individuals like yourself, and so we should have a really great time. The link for everybody who's watching this, the link to register for the Eastern section meeting is down below on this YouTube channel. And if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to the Eastern section YouTube channel. And we need and hit the bell, because we're going to be putting more stuff like this. We're going to be hearing from Fred and others. We've been putting some teasers. I call them teasers, just advertisements for getting the registration up and getting people to attend. So, and I know Mr. Sandoval down there in Costa Rica is going to be joining us as well. And he's a new IAEI member. He just joined, became an IAEI member because of these section meetings that are online. So we're reaching global, much farther outside of the Eastern section. Fred, we're going to be hitting people all over the country and internationally. So this is going to be a cool event.
You know what? Wires all over the world have a middle and two ends.
That's right. That's right. And the world's not flat, I heard.
Yeah, right. There you go.
I love it. Beautiful. Well, okay. Well, we have Nihad El Sharif out there online. Thank you, Nihad, for tuning in. I'm just going to double check to see what we've got going on. If I've got any questions, no questions out there, Fred. I know you're a busy guy. I mean, you've got a lot going on as does everybody else. So I appreciate your time today to share what you're going to be talking about not next week, but the end of the month. So we still got a couple weeks now before the Eastern section starts. So get out there. Hopefully everybody will get out, register for this event, and I'm going to really enjoy your session, Fred. So thank you very much. All right. Well, I'm going to sign off the live stream. So hang on, Fred, while I do that. Thanks to everybody out there. Thanks for joining us for this short session, and we will see you live at the Eastern section meeting coming up at the end of the month. Registration is down below. Thanks. Take care. God bless, and please stay healthy.